Hello, I'm Jonathan Milam, and I'm happy you're with me. Glad we can spend a couple of minutes together. As is often the case, we'll be talking about trumpets today, and I have two trumpets that I wanted to play as a comparison, one against the other. And it is a French Besson Meha and a Callet Jazz. The interesting thing about these horns is that they're both large bore horns, but they really are very different playing animals, so to speak. The trumpet here weighs 1 pound and 3/4. This one weighs 2 pounds. The valve block is by the same company, so I don't think there's going to be a lot of difference there, at least in the valves themselves and the casings. But much heavier horn here, and you certainly do feel that when you play it. Also, this the Callet Jazz is a reverse lead pipe, which does make the airflow a little bit easier. But one reason I wanted to hold them up next to each other, see what a more gradual curve the Callet Jazz has as opposed to the much stronger curved French Besson here. Big difference. And one other difference that, of course, same thing on the tuning slides. The got a much larger curve on the Callet Jazz here. One other thing that I wanted to notice or mention to you is that when I was cleaning this horn, after I got it in, actually this is an area where it's so hard to clean on trumpets because the tubing is so close together. But I was thinking, boy, that's easy to get in there and clean. And it is. And I was comparing it to some other horns, and it's also much easier to clean in here. The tubing on this horn is set apart much more than it is most horns, which I find really interesting. And they say Jerry Callet was very proud of the job that he did with this, was very careful in his design, the weight and the balance and all of those things. He put out a tremendous horn in the Callet Jazz. I'm very impressed with it. And of course, this French Besson Meha by Kanstul is one of my all-time favorites. Very much a light horn. When you lift it, you just feel like there's nothing to the bell. I love the projection. I love the ease of playing this horn. And it's just a fantastic horn. Okay, I'm going to play a couple of songs. Now, what I'm doing on this, I'm using a Trent Austin TF, trumpet flugel mouthpiece, very deep cup, slightly larger bore. I'm going to guess about a 24, 25, although I'm not sure. So definitely a mellow sound, which I think is the strength of this instrument. Then I'm going to be playing a Marcinkiewicz 1.5 with this, which is not a screech, but it is a shallower mouthpiece. And so we'll play an old chorus, simply Long Ago is the name of this, kind of a little bebop feel to it. That's the Callet Jazz large bore, and wonderful, very, very mellow sounding horn. You just pick it up and it feels like real quality. And an entirely different animal, but a large bore as well, the French Besson Meha. Strange thing, these are both made by Kanstul, that is the manufacturer. And we're using a slightly shallower mouthpiece with this. We'll probably try and get into the upper register a little more, although we'll play it in the same key. And just see how it works with this horn, which does not have as much a cutting sound, to my way of thinking, as it has a bright, sparkling sound. That's the way I would describe this. I hope you enjoyed that. We had a Callet Jazz and we have a French Besson Meha. Thanks for joining me for the comparison. Have a great day.